Hi everyone! Thanks so much for the feedback and questions on that last video. It looks like there were a lot of questions about QuickTime in particular and how to stitch together a video from beginning to end. So that's what I'm going to go over today. As a reminder, remember that I am using a Wacom stylus and pad. And lastly, I recorded this screen recording on Screencastify actually, because I really can't make a screen recording of a screen recording. So that's probably why you'll see some kind of icons on the bottom corner of the video. That's just because I use Screencastify. The downside with Screencastify is there is some kind of marquee on the bottom of your videos, so it could be kind of distracting. And the free version of Screencastify limits your time on there. So I had to make several 5-minute clips in order to put this video together. So that's why my suggestion and recommendation is to use QuickTime, because there's no limit and there aren't any funky branding things on the bottom of your screen. All right, let's get started.
All right, the first thing that I'm going to make sure I do is I have everything set up. So as I mentioned in a previous video, I open up a Google Doc. So here is my Google Doc for 6th grade math videos. I always start off with today's topic, the lesson title, and some friendly reminders about how students can pause, rewind, and fast forward for the video to take down important notes, and also remind them what they need to be writing down for notes. I have important vocabulary words. I was on Google Images to find these examples so that I'm not reinventing the wheel. And if there are steps that are associated with that lesson, I like to write down steps so that students have a very clear way of understanding the lesson. So Google Docs is where I keep all of my lessons. This is very important to start off first so that you're not winging that lesson. And that way you kind of know what the recording is going to entail. The other thing I like to set up on a different tab is my Khan Academy, because I like to go over example problems on Khan Academy. And from the teacher view, you can find videos with the play button next to it, exercises that students would work on with the pencil next to it, and articles. I'll always have a exercise open under the student view so that I can work on the problem with students. And I'm going to have this open already on this tab. All right, now you are ready to begin your first screen recording. All you have to do is go to QuickTime Player, right-click, and hit New Screen Recording. That should open this window up with the record button. Click on that. And then you can either click anywhere to record the full screen, or you can drag to record part of the screen. I like to just record part of the screen because it's going to allow me to do a bunch of stuff in the background that the students can't see. For instance, I can toggle between tabs. I can, use different tools. I can hide my my mailbox, my email on the side, so kids aren't distracted. And then you're going to hit Start Recording. And then just take a look up here. This is where your QuickTime Player is going to illuminate that record button and let you know that it's actually started recording. There's maybe like a 1-second lag, so just wait a little before you start talking, or else your reading is going to get cut off. And now that you're here, you can begin going through your lesson. And the other perk of just recording part of your screen is that you can use your page marker tool, which should be on the side somewhere. And then all those tools will appear on the side without your students being distracted. So then you can just drag over your your page marker and start writing and circling, and you can change colors really quickly without students being distracted by your pen. Okay, and then the only thing about page marker is that it doesn't allow you to now toggle and scroll in your dock. It's kind of frozen on that screen. So you do have to clear or close that out before you can go anywhere else on that page. So just be aware of that. It will disappear. You can't keep it on that screen. However, you might want to screenshot it if you want to refer back to it. And then once you're ready to go over to your exercises, for instance, I'm using Khan Academy, all you have to do is click on that tab, and then to your students, all they're seeing is a new screen. They're not seeing the mechanics behind the scene. Since this is not lined up, you might want to stop the screen recording and then reconfigure that page so that it lines up and students can see the title on the top. Or you might want to keep it this way, and then students won't have to see you changing colors on the side. This is from page marker. When you are, erasing or choosing a different color. So again, only showcasing part of the screen really does help you hide a lot of the behind the scenes stuff. I would probably want to, stop this recording and then start a new clip with it resized, because I think for Khan Academy, kids really like seeing and hearing, the celebration at the end when you have a correct answer. Okay, so if you've decided to end your recording, you can end it two ways. You can go right back to QuickTime Player and hit stop screen recording, or you can head up here and stop it that way. Either way, it'll stop it for you. All right, let's go ahead and get rid of this window so that we can just see our screen recording. First thing you want to do before you save this untitled screen recording is go to Edit and use the Trim tool. Since your viewers will be able to see you actually stop the recording, you're going to want to trim that away. So just cut that from your video. If you are not sure if you trimmed too much or too little, you can always go back and take a look. But basically, holding your mouse down will actually make it go at an even slower rate so that you can trim with more precision. So there's a difference between the normal trim, and then if you press it down, the millisecond trim. Okay, and once you have everything good, you can save it. However, I'm going to want to trim this one further because I'm going to get rid of all this Khan Academy stuff. If I wanted to reconfigure that recording window, I'm actually going to trim this further down. And then when I save it, I'm going to save it as video 1 because I already know I'm going to add another clip to the end, which is with just the Khan Academy part. And I'm going to save it to my desktop for easier access. I can close this since that's been saved already. And I can start off with a new QuickTime Player screen recording. So I'm going to go to QuickTime, right-click, new screen recording. It's going to give me a new option to drag and record. You can drag this whole entire pop-up right here, or if you don't want to see the kids, or if you don't want the kids to see you change your doodling options on the side, you can make it even restricted, even more restricted. So you're going to start recording here. When you change your colors and your erasing of stuff, kids will have no idea where you got that from. I mean, they probably will, but they won't be distracted by everything. and then you'll be able to have them focus on all the, just gonna circle these. You're gonna be able to focus more on that lesson, okay? And I also included this checkbox here so that kids could see the feedback. All right, so let's say your video finished. So you are going to stop the screen recording. It's going to create a second clip. Obviously, I'm going to edit that and trim away this part right here because I don't want the kids to see that. Trim that. And remember, I can trim the front as well. If there's some awkward time in the front, I can trim that. Totally doable. And this time I'm going to save, get rid of this. I'm going to save this video as video 2. It's going to be saved to my desktop. Okay, and now how am I going to get these 2 videos together? Well, I know one's going to come before 2, or if you want 2 to come before 1, you can open that. Open that with your QuickTime player. And then under Edit, there's an option to add a clip to the end. I have clip 1 already, and I'm going to add clip 2, and that's going to pop up right over here. So that when I play it, it's going to seamlessly go between my Khan Academy and my lesson. And when I show the Khan Academy, it's going to have everything in there. And then what's interesting is when you save this file, the save button for some reason on mine doesn't show up. So the way that I've worked around that is I just pretend like I'm closing the file. Multiples. And usually when you splice 2 videos together, it's going to take a little bit longer to save, but that's just your chance to take a little stretch. Maybe go make yourself a little bit of a snack if it's several videos spliced together. That shouldn't take too long. All right, and usually that's these named videos are the ones that I'm going to upload onto YouTube. So how to upload onto YouTube? Just go to YouTube/upload. YouTube/upload. That'll take you to this screen right here, and you can either select the file from your computer or just drag and drop that file there. Okay, you can select your title. Usually it's what I save it as. Make a little description. And then just let YouTube know if this is made for kids. It will generate a thumbnail as to what people see when they find your video. Yes, made for kids. And then in terms of visibility, it can be public where anybody can find it. Normally, if it's a lesson, I make my lessons public because, you know, if you can help another student out or another teacher out, great. If there are students' faces for some reason in my video, I will keep it unlisted forever. And then very rarely do I have private videos because there's really no point in making a video if only you can see it. Sometimes I will make videos ahead of time for my students, and those I will keep as unlisted, and then I will publish them when time comes for students to access that video. You can also schedule a date to make your video public. That way you're not going back and forth. It just does it on its own. And then the video link is the one that you can share for your students if they're not just visiting your channel. So this is the link where you can put into your assignments. So right now that the video has processed a little, this is the thumbnail. If you want a different thumbnail, they give you a couple of choices. Like, I would probably pick this one because it says least common multiple in there. You could also upload your own picture for the thumbnail as well. If there's a different part in the video that you wanted as the thumbnail, these are just the 3 that they automatically generate. Okay, and lastly, this is what it will look like on your channel from your view. As you can tell, I like to categorize it by 6th grade or 8th grade with a 6 or an 8 in the front. I also categorize them in different playlists so that students can just go to either 8th grade math playlist or 6th grade math playlist. And then I have plenty that are unlisted that I've already made, but just have not been made public for students yet, because I don't want to give away all my secrets to them. Okay, and that's it. That's how I make my videos.
Thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments below if you have any questions or comments, if you have any special requests for videos in the future. Thanks for watching!